welcome to today's Strengths Conversation. I'm Jane Liebecker coming to you from Seattle, Washington. I am an Eddie Villa certified coach, and I use the Gallup-Clifton Strengths as a tool in every part of my life and business.
Awesome. My name is Minetta Fields, joining you from Laurel, Maryland. I too am an Eddie Villa certified coach, and as Jane said, we use the Gallup Strengths Assessment in everything we do, both personal and business. And we're so excited to have a special guest with us today. Can you tell us about you?
Hi, my name is Lisa Pennington, and I am coming from you from the beautiful state of Texas, North Texas for that fact, and north of Dallas. And I'm also a certified strengths coach from the Eddie Villa. So today we're going to talk about one of the strengths that we had a little bit of challenges to get on this call. So go ahead. We'll talk about that in a few minutes, but there you go.
So, Lisa, can you share with us what your dominant domains are?
So my dominant domain is really colorful. In fact, I am probably of the ever meet that is known as a chameleon.
Mm-hmm.
Probably a true chameleon. In fact, I have 3 influencing, 3 executing, and 3 relationship builders. But my number 3 strength is strategic.
Wow.
So
Okay.
I love to do everything. So I love to do everything that moves people along, make sure it's done right. And what are my desires or their desires in whatever area of their life that they are wanting to achieve. And so that's how I do my strengths in every place in my life.
Love it. So, how did you learn about strengths and what did it feel like when you learned them?
Well, I tell you what, when I first learned about strengths, it was actually through doTERRA. And they had brought in the Clifton Strengths, the Gallup Clifton Strengths, into doTERRA to help us as leaders and our customers as well as our business partners. And then let's be real honest, the ball got dropped. And I am so grateful it did, because then I was introduced to the Eddie Villa approach. And that it was almost like a double door opened wide, and I became free of some of those bottom strengths that I was striving to implement to make things work.
Mm-hmm.
Then when he explained my domains, that opened up a whole nother world of freedom for me. And when you look at all of my top 10, there is not one there that does not have to work with at least 2 other strengths for it to work beautifully and smoothly.
Awesome.
That's cool. I love your enthusiasm for that. So we're going to talk today about your strength of self-assurance. Where is that in your top 10, Lisa? Where is self-assurance?
Believe it or not, self-assurance for me, Jane, thank you so much for asking, is actually number 10. And so, with the definition, Eddie's self-assurance, I'm going to just quote it from self-assurance from the Eddie Villa, from the balcony and strengths definition, the short, is called self-confidence is a strong inner compass risk taker. Now, if you didn't recognize, I said a while ago, it works better with 2 of the other strengths.
Mm-hmm.
Well, number 5 is winning others over, and I love to connect with people and find out about them. I love to have really very authentic conversations. Woo is very misunderstood. It looks like it's flighty butterfly, social butterfly all over the place, which it is. It can be. But my number 1 strength is positivity. So when you take woo, positivity, and you mix it with strength, there is a risk that comes involved, and that's called being misunderstood. Overconfidence. It sometimes can come across as being arrogant or pushing, because also in my strengths is belief at number 6 and responsibility at number 7. So when you take all of that, it is kind of an overload for some people, and it is very misunderstood until the individual gets to know me. And that's why relator is also in my top number 10. And is conversations. So not only do I get to know you, but you get to know me. So self-assurance, again, is not always having the answers, but it's also taking that with responsibility and belief and positivity, but strategic at number 3, and empowering that individual or that client or that builder to do. And so I take self-assurance and I just build a strong foundation in the relationship to support them in discovering what they can accomplish. And together we will accomplish the overarching goal.
Wow, I love that. I think you've just kind of given us the interview in summary. That was awesome. And so I guess, Jane, you can follow up with our last question.
Yeah. So, Lisa, what would you say to someone who's sitting on the fence about taking this assessment?
Well, you're worth $60.
Yeah.
Truly, number one, I was so struggling because in my bottom 10 or bottom 5, I have in 34. And input at 34 for me was striving to figure out how I could fit in each one of those domains, but it wasn't with grace and with ease. It was with, oh my gosh, I don't want to be rejected. How can I make sure they love me? How can I make sure that it's like, I'm feeling all this negative energy. And again, it was the other strengths that I possessed that I was scared of. I didn't even know existed. I just thought that was me. It's like, why can't you just love me for me? But then when I realized, wow, I've been given such a beautiful gift to be able to chameleon into each one of those different domains, then I didn't have to have all the answers. I didn't have to have all of the quote unquote things that went with trying to fix someone. I could be me and they could be them, but together we're better. We complement shoulder to shoulder. That's my tagline. And so that's why you must, for all relationships, whether it is as a friend, as a wife, a spouse, as a business owner, as a grandmother, with your own children, your adult children, please, it's the best gift you can give to humanity is to take this test and know who you are so that you can empower others to know who they are.
Perfect. That was awesome. Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you, Lisa.
You're
Wow.
so welcome.